Okay, the parsha opens up with the dinim of the Yifas Torah. Am Yisrael goes to war, and a man sees in the captivity a beautiful woman, and the lo dibra Torah connected Yetzer Hara, like Chazal say. The Torah, saw that the Yetzer Hara over here is too strong, and so the Torah, was matir this woman on the battlefield. Imlav yisa'ena be'isr. So you shouldn't take her be'isr. So this is a very, very hard din to understand. Like, if I really, really, really want to eat pork, chas v'shalom, a terrible type of pork. So the Torah's going to say, better be matir in pork, right? Because otherwise we'll have it b'isr. That's the whole point. Some things are just usher. How could it be? That's because lo dibra Torah connected Yetzer Hara. Well, the Yetzer Hara is very strong, and if we don't allow it, make it mutter, yisa'ena be'isr. It's something impossible to understand. What's usher is usher, and if you can't control yourself, so the Torah doesn't have to make it mutter. You can't control yourself. You're called an oinus rachmana patria. The Torah's making mutter, so you're mutter. Right. So that's our first question, right? So now Rashi, at the beginning of very beginning of the parsha, on the first pasuk, Teitze milchama alevecha, unesano asher kecha biyadecha v'shavisa shivyo. You're going to take captives. So Rashi says, Teitze milchama Reshus Milchemes Reshus hakasav midar. It's talking about in a war, Milchemes Reshus as opposed to Milchemes Mitzva. Milchemes Mitzva is to save Jews. Milchemes Mitzva is against the Shiva Amamin. Milchemes Mitzvah is against Amalek. So this is talking about Milchemes Reshus, not Milchemes Mitzvah. Now, the classical example, Milchemes Reshus, is territorial expansion. Right? They want to expand the boundaries of Eretz Yisrael. Right? I've called Milchemes Reshus, right, seemingly because it's not a chovah. Now, you could decide to do it. There's a whole process of how to do it, with a melech and a Sanhedrin and Urim V'Tumim. But so Rashi points out that the whole parsha is about Milchemes Reshus. What's the raya? The end of the pasuk, V'shavisa shivyo. There's going to be captives, so we shvuyim, because the Milchemes Mitzvah is lo techaya kol neshama. Milchemes Mitzvah, you kill everybody. There's no captive. We don't take, as they say, we don't take hostages. We don't take prisoners. Right? That's by Milchemes Mitzvah. Like Amalek, Timcha Zecher Amalek. Right. So the whole context of this din of Eishes Yifas Tar is Milchemes Reshus, because it's Reisa Bashivya, Eishes Yifas Tar. It's in the captivity, because then we don't take captives by Milchemes Mitzvah. Right. The idea of Reshus, right? What does Reshus mean? Right? There are multiple meanings to the word Reshus. Right? So first of all, Reshus as opposed to Chova. Lo Chova, not obligatory. Right? That's one aspect. Right? Another aspect is doesn't work. So just 1 second, bear with me. Let's try this again. So like we're saying, right, Milchemes Reshus, right, the term Reshus, what does it mean? Sometimes Reshus means, lo chova, as opposed to obligatory, right? Reshus also means ownership, right? Like Birshuti, right? Ma beso Birshuso, right? That, you have control over it, right? Right. Right. It also. Okay. Right. Now it also means like space, like Reshus Yachid, Reshus Harabim. right? That over there, it's not just. It's not just who controls it. It belongs to Yachid, but also there's issue of that these things have dimensions because Reshus Hayachid has to have walls, gavoa asara, and has to be daled al dad tefachim minimum, and Reshus Harabim has its dimensions that has to be. It has to be rochav tes zayin amma, etc., etc. It's all different halachas of Reshus, like the dimensions of the space, right? So you call your house your Reshus. It might also means, in other words, space or turf, right? So there's when there's two types of milchama. We say that there's just like in halacha, there's Milchemes chova and there's Milchemes Reshus. Right, it's not just is it obligatory? Is it a chiyuv, or it's not a chiyuv? That's not the only difference between them, because we mentioned before by Milchemes Reshus, the classical cause of it is you want to expand space, you want to conquer new cities, you want to expand the boundaries of Eretz Yisrael. Right, so now there's a hevdel mahuti over here that runs parallel to the halacha that by Milchemes Mitzva and Shvuyim, right. And by Milchemes Reshus, v'shavita shivyo, mamish parallel, because in Milchemes Reshus it's about conquering and incorporating and bringing in, making my Reshus bigger by conquering these other territories. So just like it's territorial expansion, I'm also making my my nation bigger, because I'm capturing these people and bringing them into my nation. The Shavita Shivya, right? It's expansion. There's a war of expansion, right? Where I have to just get rid of the people that are stopping me from expanding, but I'm not burning down what I'm fighting against. I'm taking it in, not burning it down. Right? And then you have Milchemes Mitzvah, where we just have to take it off the map. There is one thing like that also in space, in Makom, that's domet to Milchemes Mitzvah. You have to take a place off the map, mamish, and that's Irani Dachas. They have to mamish burn it off, because that place is evil. That place is evil. Right? But B'derech Klal, the place is not evil. There's some bad people there, but the place is not evil. So you want to take the makom, you want to add it on, right? And it could be even in the there's some good people. So v'shavita shivya, right? By Milchemes Mitzvah, we say no, there's no good leftists, right? There's no good people, right? Over the lo techayek on the neshama, right? So it's talui. And that's the way it is. Just like with us, vis-a-vis the outside world, that there are things out there that just have to be taken off the map, like the umos of Milchemes Mitzvah, or like a makom, like Irani Dachas, right? But there are also some places where it's not bad. We'll just incorporate it, and the people are not bad either. We bring the Shavita Shivya. We take them Shevi, right? That's just like it's that way with us in international affairs, between us, and other nations, and other makomos. It's also inside of us, the same type of milchama. There's certain types of Yetzer Hara you just have to destroy. Right? Lo sechai kol neshama, just like also it has to be Yetzer has to be uprooted.
Like a Milchemes Mitzvah.
Like a Milchemes Mitzvah. Sometimes the Yetzer Hara just need to be captured. Now, Lama said this is really the yesod of the Rambam in Perek Shishi of the Shmona Prakim. Perek Shishi of the Shmona Prakim, which is the 8th chapter introduction to Pirkei Avos. So he asked the question, who's on a higher madrega, right? A person who has no Yetzer Hara, or a person that has the Yetzer Hara but he controls it.
Higher.
Right? Who's on a higher madrega? Let's say a guy that totally purged himself. He has no lusts. He has no bad typhus. Okay. So says the Rambam, it depends. Talui. Depends what type of Yetzer Hara. So he he invokes the famous Chazal that a person shouldn't say Afshi b'chazir. I don't want to eat chazir. It's disgusting. You shouldn't say it. Say Afshi. I really want to eat pig, but my Avi goes Rani. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, my father stops me. He says there's a Mefurish Chazal that you shouldn't. You should actually want to eat pork and just control yourself, right? You should want to. Right? And you say, but Hare Gedolia Philosophim his skimu, right? The big philosophers as well, that a person who has no lusts in his heart is on a higher madrega, and he could be called a chassid, as opposed to a covetous yitzro, a porush and a chassid. And the Rambam says there's no stira between that chazal and what the philosophers were maskim. It depends what type of taiva.
Chazir Arias.
That's right. So he says things like chazir and normal arayas, not being gay. That's sick, right? That's He says like normal arayas or to eat treif, but good treif like basar b'chalav or chazir, right? Says it's a normal taiva to have. Mm-hmm. It's normal. Any normal human being would want that. And I don't know how my dress, since it's a normal thing, so you should want to have it and just use it l'shem shamayim, and just control it and use it l'shem shamayim. But he says, let's say ritzicha. Like, should a person say, ooh, I mean, I know I feel this way, but a person should never say this. Even if you feel that way, don't admit it. But should a person ever say, it's not the shot that I would love to kill people, and I have a whole list, right? But Afshi, right? But Avi Shabashamayim goes Rani, I go to my Father in heaven, just answers it, right? Right? Yeah. Right, yeah, like what would happen if a guy, you're in a room with that, you're in a room with a guy who says that to you, like, listen, I really want to kill you, but I'm being mizgaber on my yetzer, right? Right?
Go get a baseball bat.
You run, right? Right, because the second is your Shemaim goes down a little bit, you're dead meat, right? So as the Rambam says, this is all that same parak in the Shmona Prakim, right? That's sick. A guy who wants to kill is sick. A guy who wants to steal is sick. A guy who's gay is sick. A guy who wants to eat bugs is sick. Right? Right? That's the Rambam in the Moreh Nevuchim writes elsewhere, and he wrote the Shmona Prakim early in life. He wrote the Moreh Nevuchim much later in life. And Rambam in the Moreh Nevuchim says that's the Indian that certain averes are called shekets or to'eva. That the Torah is dropping you a hint that not only is it asur, it's disgusting. There's other things that are asur, but it's geschmack, but it's asur, and it's normal to want it. Just so the higher madriga is to have that taiva, just control it because it's normal. It's called to be human, and it's called even to be a good human. Just you have to use those taivas for good things. And there's certain things that call if you have this taiva, you're sick. You're poshut sick. And that's what the Torah is machalik between things that are shekets and toeva versus the avers that say stam, even v'nichrasa nefesh, but still stam v'nichrasa nefesh stam, it gets an orange, but it doesn't call it toeva or shekets. The Ram says so. Like therefore, the Ram writes in the Moreh Nevuchim what he didn't say in the Shmona Prakim that he said over there it's normal to want to eat pig. Right? But Moreh Nevuchim is Muslim. If you want to eat bugs, like the French, right? You're sick. They're sick. It's a whole lot of sick people.
The normal way a Jew, since he is on a higher madrega, he would be disgusted from these shotzim. And if he's not on a high madrega the way he's supposed to,
right,
and he's not disgusted from it and he wants it,
right,
then it shows where he is. And then
that's right. It's horrible.
The
so all these things are called to'eva or shekets. The Torah is telling you if you actually want that, you're sick. Right? Get professional help. Whereas a person who wants to eat pork, that's normal. You should want to eat pork because that's a normative taiva that just you should have that taiva, just control it and use it only for eating kosher things. Right? You want to eat bugs, you're sick.
The same relationship with this thing. Obviously, the goy doesn't have the same relationship with
this thing. Right. So goy could.
So that's the distinction that the Muslims make to show that they're as good as Jewish people. They bring themselves to a level that is almost very close, like the Rambam says that they're copying us. They bring up to the level that they show that they're almost like us by not eating the stuff that we don't eat.
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't understand the difference between a goy and a Jew, then
yeah. Should have passed by Code Ma'od being taking Sahara along with
right.
along with going along with the Yitzhak Tov. So that would be an example of Milchemes, Reshus,
That's right.
where you're taking away.
Right, exactly. You chop the whole thing. Right? So, and that's really, and that's really what the Zohar says in Parshas Ekev, that the shah of a Suda, at the time you're eating a meal, it's a Milchemes Reshus. It doesn't say words Milchemes, it says Shata the Krava. It's a time of battle. Because it's about eating a kosher meal.
Right.
Who's going to win? Are you going to win the food, or is the food going to win you?
So you're going to make a bracha and so on, or just...
No, you're going to eat it l'shem shamayim, so it's called the caption. Use the shamayim. If you eat it out of pure taiva, the food beat you. And that's why lechem and milchama is the same shorish. It's all in the Zohar. Lechem and milchama. Eating is a type of milchama. There's that it's a milchemes reshus. Question is, now you're going to taste it because, of course, you're only going to eat kosher, right? Question is, but now are you going to conquer it that this davar, you're going to use it l'shem shamayim, eat l'shem shamayim to be healthy, or eating it out of pure taiva. If you eat out of pure taiva, it's marsh isser doiraisa of lo sasrochel v'apu machreinechem. It's a pure taiva, and it's one of the first bir halachas, and maybe even the first bir halacha in the Mishnah Brura. That you'll eat out of pure taiva, no l'shem shamayim whatsoever, no cheshbon. You're not tired, you're not hungry, zero cheshbon l'shem shamayim. It says asur is treif because it's pure taiva. It's a milchemes reshus that you're losing because the Yetzer beat you. You're supposed to conquer it, right? So of course, making the bracha before the food, the Maram Chalta helps us make it l'shem shamayim. The bracha before and the bracha after, that should be mukaf with mitzvahs.
So that's why you're supposed to tell them divrei Torah.
Yes,
as part of the.
That's right. That's also why you should speak divrei Torah by a shulchan. What? Mission of us, right? If you say divrei Torah by the table, it's like kil ochel b'shulchan aruch, and if not, it's like avodah zivchei mesim, right? Yeah, avada. Right, and now with this you understand the different lashonis in Chazal, that there seems to be a stira in Chazal, whether HaKadosh was osid to shech the Yetzer Hara and it won't be a Yetzer Hara bichlal, or we find other lashonis in Chazal that the Yetzer Hara is osid to become chedvasa de shmaitza, that the Yetzer Hara, which gives us geschmack, it's all going to be only for kedusha, that like certain divrei Torah will give us a sensation like eating steaks, that all those yitzarim will be used to add sensuality to inyone ruchnias and inyone kedusha, which is the inyan that the leshem is marchiv on, that that Chazal talk about the seuda lasid level, and not that it talks about details. There's the ziz shadai, the bird, the ziz shadai, the livyasan, the behemos bahare elef. There's going to be like a certain type of beef that we're going to eat, a certain type of. Because everyone knows about the livyasan.
Yeah, but do we know if it's real or if it's actually a feeling of?
It says it's an inyan.
Who says?
There's the leshem, the Baal Leshem Shvo Bachlama, the grandfather of Rabbi Yashiv, right. He writes Barachava Nifla, right. But the idea, the inyan behind it, is that we're going to elevate the chushim. The chushim that right now just enjoy stam taivas. Like seemingly, the chushim don't enjoy ruchnias. The chushim are just to feel taiva. I guess the highest chush you have is is ears to hear music, but whatever. But he ends up more hearing lashon hara and bad things. Eyes, you're shmira senaim. You think you're not allowed to look around, bichlal, right? And chush hamishush, sense, taste. So he says the inyan of the seudas that Chazal are talking about is right, that the inyan, and he says that all the inyan of the Yehudim ha'atidim is also that the chushim that right now are just instruments to measure taiva, they're just kalim to feel taiva. The chushim are going to be elevated, that they'll be kalim to feel dvarim shel kedusha. They'll be elevated. And that's the the seudas and the different machal, the ziz shadai, the geschmack that we have from oifus should be l'shem shemayim, and the levyasa geschmack we have from dogim should be l'shem shemayim. There's behemus barei elef, right? That's, and on Shabbos is a remez of all that. So we have to be makbid, like here on this table, this Shabbos table, we have fish. I mean, Yo doesn't have fish, but everyone else has fish, right? There's a fish, and we have chicken, and we have meat, and Allah getazachin.
No livyasan.
Right,
Salmon is close
Solche
enough.
Nachlo bli Mitzorim. Am Abend ist Shabbos.
In Avonik Shabbos is main olam haba, main that on Shabbos we're supposed to have epis tam ruchani from the Machalim. But even then, you have to make sure to say divrei Torah and then do it l'shem shemayim, l'shem sudas mitzvah, right? So now with this again, going back to that the pshat is like this: the two different types of yetzaharas. The yetzaharas that are mamish pure evil, like a yetzahar for ritzicha or gezel or being gay, right, or being liberal or French, right? All these things, they're yemach shemam v'zichram. Yemach that Charlie Hebdo said that all put out a yemach shemam v'zichram. Right, and of course you have a prime minister that's married to his mother. I mean, what do you expect, right?
Wasn't she his English teacher?
It's a sick. It's mom's sick nation. So it's.
There's a professor who's married to his student at Queen's College.
It's sick. They're sick
guy.
people.
He's a fun guy.
I don't care. So is he French?
No.
Okay, fine. So he's whatever. But the probably is. Right, but but Yemach Shemam Zichram. That Charles Hebdo, the one that they put out on a Charlie Hebdo. Google that. Yemach Shemam Zichram. That they said about all the people that drowned in Texas. All Nazis. And they have a picture on the front cover of Nazi flags and people going zig heil and the water's up to here. What? All the people because it's a Republican state. They all voted Trump. Yemach Shemam. Right?
That's why they make such sour wine.
Yeah. I'm telling you, terrible people. That's why, whatever. Perverted through and through.
Some professor got fired for saying something.
Yeah, so at least by us, we fired a professor for. The Americans fired a professor for saying that McGill him, but at least they fired him. Over there, it's like this is a popular magazine. Sick people. Whatever. Okay, so that's why they are the perverts that they are, and that's why they eat bugs.
That's where they get it from.
Anyway, kids. Yemach Shemam is almost as bad as the British. Anyway, the Kitzer. All right. So the Yetzaharas that are mamish ra, those things will be eliminated in Gansin. And so, as Tzvi pointed out, the famous Medrash Rabbi often is called Milchemes kosavide tov mo. Tov's the Yetzer tov. Tov ma'od's the Yetzahara. Right. The Yetzirah that becomes Tov Ma'od, that's the Yetzirah that's Mitapech L'Tova, and that's Nispach L'Tova. It gets added on, Besod Milchemes Reshus. So it makes Tov Ma'od, because you added it to the Tov. It was Tov. You added, this was the Tosefet, that you added this Ra to Tov. The Ra that you add to Tov is Tov Ma'od, because Tov there was already. It is the Tosefet Tov that makes Tov Ma'od. Mm-hmm. And Ma'od is Oisius Adam, because that's the tafkid of the Adam. And that's Vashavta Sokecha B'chol Levavcha B'shnei Yitzrecha U'B'chol Me'odecha. Right? That the Ma'od. So what do Chazal say in Ma'od? Because there's even, sometimes people love their mammon even more than their guf. So the Chach Nemar B'chol Me'odecha. What's Ma'od? They even love it more than life itself. Right, so that's going to be Tov Ma'od. That's the Ra. That's going to be Mamish Ma'od. That's the Ra. That's going to be added on to the Teva. Mm-hmm. It is a shot in what's coming up in the Yamim Noraim. The Shlach Hirsch says. He says, right. Volasa tikpatz pia, v'chol arisha kula k'oshan tichle kisavim memshel zodom min aretz. Right. So now Olasa tikpatz pia, evil will just shut its mouth. Then state, Risha, evil, caution tickle, just go like smoke. You just said it shuts its mouth. Now you say it goes like smoke. So it says the Shlach Kodesh. There's two different types of Ra. There's the Ra that's mekatrik against the Tova, but it itself is not bad. So tikpatz piyah, don't be mekatrik, don't be against the good anymore. But it itself could be used for good. It's against the good. So now it shuts its mouth and stops arguing and being mekatrik on the Tov. That's volasatik patzpia. But then harisha, mamash rishas ka'ashan tichle. Right? It'll just dissipate like smoke. Kisavir memshel zodon min arts. Memshel zodon, says the Ramchal, is amolik. It's like the rod. It just has to be mamish removed from the earth. Like mamish timcha zecher amolik. Should be nothing left of it. Be nothing left of it. So certain things that are roy to bring in. That's besod ezu gibor hakoveshes yitzro. It doesn't say hahoreges yitzro. Hakoveshes yitzro. You capture it. You incorporate it. Besod b'chol levavcha. B'shnei yitzrecha. Right? You know, it's I saw it in Rav Dessler when I was young, but Mistama, it's even an earlier Chazal that David Melch says v'libi chalal b'kirbi. He killed his Yetzara. Right? Avram Avinu was on a higher madregu. Matzasas livavo ne'eman levecha livavo. He said libi chalal b'kirbi. I have no feelings anymore in my heart. He killed his Yetzer. Libi lashon yachid chalal. But by Avram Avinu, umatzasas livavo, livavo, lashon rabim, right? Ne'eman lefanecha, trustworthy. Ne'eman, that Avram Avinu served that kosher with the Yetzer Tov and with the Yetzara, and that's the higher madrega, higher than David. Killed all his feelings. Avram Avinu still kept the legitimate feelings and just used them for avodas Hashem. Livavo, shnei yitzrecha, livavcha, ne'eman lefanecha. Right. So you have to understand the special circumstances of this shiksa that he saw b'shivya. She was, mamish ru'uya lihikanes la'am Yisrael. Right? She was, but it was meant to be done. Alavai, not with bia on the battlefield, but rather, and not, should go, be Megayah her and do it, a shidduch, but not at a singles party. You do it really respectably and normally, and right, and yeah.
Not through why you connect.
Right, and it shouldn't have to cost so much money.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, okay, fine. This is right. It was supposed to be done more respectably. All right, but he's not going to do it respectably. But we don't want to answer her, because she's meant to come into Klal Yisrael. Just as should have been done in a more respectable way. But he's not going to do it the respectable way. But we don't want to be doiche her. Right? If we make her mamish osir, right? So he'll take her bi'isr. If you take it bi'isr, it goes to the sitra achra. So even though she married a Jewish man, but she married a Jewish man bi'isr, so she didn't go to the sitra de kedusha. She went to the sitra achra. It's a Milchemes Reshus that you lost. The whole thing is Milchemes Reshus. That's why it's Vishavisa Shivyo. We're supposed to bring them into the Sitra de Kedusha. And she's meant to come into Klal Yisrael. She was meant. It's Min HaShamayim that he saw her. The Chashaktaba. It was all Min HaShamayim. HaKadosh was Mesader. Lahavdil, like Bedoime too, how HaKadosh Baruch Hu made Yehuda really want Tamar. Because it was meant to be. So it says he brought the Malach HaMemuna al Ataiva to force him to really want her. Right? Except over there, she was already ro'ui because we didn't the Yibum Kodem Matan Torah, which was just a minhag, any next of kin, Bismar as a woman. So she was already, as it were, Zekuka Kivyachol to Yehuda Mitzad Minhage Yibum of Kodem Matan Torah. Right? That even a daughter-in-law married a father, and he stayed in the family if she didn't have children from. It was a minhag. It was a minhag yibum, minhag of Korban Matan Torah. Bismanenu, it's only between achim and etc. And a father can't marry a daughter-in-law. But it's Korban Matan Torah. She was already ro'ui, and that's why even though it was betaiva gemura, but still called she went to the sitra de kedusha because it was meant to be. Hayat tzarich liot kacha. She was, but over here it's a little bit trickier, right? She's meant to come into Klal Yisrael. If he takes her be'isr, we lost the whole thing, because even though she technically had relations with a Yid, but since it was Bister, she went to the Sitra Achra. She didn't go to Sitra Kedusha. So that's why Lo Dibrato Kneged Yetzahara over here, because she is meant to come into Klal Yisrael. He's not meant to say, all right, she's also, the hell with her. No, he was meant to take her. Right? Problem is, it's just a tricky thing, like the Milchemes Reshus of the Seuda when you're eating, right? You're meant to take the food and capture the food, but if you do it out of pure taiva, all that food goes to the Sitra Achra. Like it said, Kedem Mavur over there in that Azor and Parshas Eikim. You take the food mikoach taiva and not l'shem. Even though the food's kosher, it all goes to the Sitra Achra. It only goes to make your Yetzer Hara stronger. If you take the food l'shem shamayim, it goes to the Sitra Kedusha, it's mechazik your Yetzer Hara Tov. This woman, she's meant to come in. She's going to come in. That's where she's headed. But if he takes her be'isr, she'll go to the Sitra Achra. And it'll be a tosefet of the koach of the Sitra Achra. If he takes her beheter, it's a tosefet to the koach of the Sitra Kedusha. But to not take her, he has to. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. But there's a challenge of how he takes her. And that's why it's a special case, because she is meant to come into Klal Yisrael. Right? But how he takes her makes all the difference in the world. And the same thing happens every time you go to eat even your kosher meal. How you take it. You took it with a bracha, and you took it l'shem shamayim. So all that food goes to the Sitra Kedusha. That same kosher food, if you do it out of taiva, koshkein, if you're mezalzel in the bracha rishona, right, it all goes to the Sitra Achra. So this woman is mamish that she's supposed to come into Klal Yisrael, but if she comes in ba'ofen aser, it's mechazik the Sitra Achra. She comes in ba'ofen mutter, and she's mechazik the Sitra de Kedusha. Right? Right? And that's why the Torah was mati her. Because Yisa'ena be'isr, and it'll be mechal, and Yisa'ena vadai, because she's meant to come into Klal Yisrael. So you have to make it mutter, so it should only be mechazik the Sitra Kedusha, not the Sitra Achra. Well, it won't be mechazik the Sitra Achra. Even though Chazal say it's not good what he did, because Soflis Nosa and the Ben Soramora, but Chach, at least, everyone's Jewish, right? The Sitra Kedusha. It wasn't mechazik the Sitra Achra the same way. Right? And of course, it's special over there, but we have in our own lives, cases like that where we have to juggle. We have to juggle what's the mutter, that even the Reshus, right? What's a mitzvah? You mamash chayiv to eat like korban pesach. Even if you don't do l'shem shamayim, it's not going to be mechaz the sitrach because it's a mitzvah mamash, right? But like the regular eating by a regular Suda, that's not a Suda's mitzvah, right?
Yom Tov, there is the Yom Tov of the...
No.
Suda has to do with
so this is the... Right. Oh.
That's, obviously, it's...
Right. So that's the Indian, that big tzaddikim, like Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin, he only ate from Suda's mitzvah. If it's not Suda's mitzvah, he didn't eat. He only ate... So that's why it was Messiah Shas every few months.
That's why the Baba Sali had a Suda all the time?
Yeah. Okay, take care, see. You'll get the recording. Anyway, that's the Inyan, right? That that's why he made a siyum masechet every single day. That's why he finished shas every few months, whatever, right? Because if it wasn't Sudas Mitzvah, he wouldn't eat. He would not eat if it's not a Sudas Mitzvah, right? Why? Because if it's a Sudas Mitzvah, since it's a mitzvah, it's valid going to Sitra Kedusha. Just if you eat it l'shem shamayim, it goes more. If you eat l'shem shamayim, it goes less, but it goes to Sitra Kedusha. It's by a Sudas Reshus, which is besod Milchemes Reshus. How you take it makes all the difference in the world. Mm-hmm. Take it the wrong way, it all goes to Sitra Achra, even though the food's technically kosher. Since it wasn't a Sudas Mitzvah, it's only a Sudas Reshus, so it's besod Milchemes Reshus. So take it l'shem shamayim, it goes to Sitra Kedusha. Take it not l'shem shamayim, it goes to the Sitra Achra. So that's why it's kedai to only eat by Sudas Mitzvah if a person can. Like there's a bris, just fill up at the bris in the morning and don't eat the rest of the day, because at least you did it. It's a mitzvah, so it went to synagogue. I mean, the calories you're going to get either way, but but as far as the Teitze, it goes to the Sitra Kedusha. But by any davar Reshus, Milchemes Reshus, right? And then that's this halachah Yifas Torah is mamash besod. Yifas Torah, she's beautiful. It's meant to be incorporated. But if you don't let him incorporate it, give him a way to incorporate that should be mutter, then she will be incorporated inevitably, and it'll be mechazer the Sitra Achra, right? But she's not like chazer. That's stam. You just stam can't eat it. Stam can't eat it. It's not meant to be eaten at all, right? And that's Miyashivar Kasha. No, because she is meant to be taken into Klal Yisrael. Just the problem is if he'll do it wrong, we lost. Hifsadnu. We just lost, right? So the Torah had to make it mutter. Because coming into Klal Yisrael, she will. She's meant to. It's not like something like Chazer just should not be eaten. Right? Or, and Ammoni or Moavi, Zohar, that you can never marry, even after he's in this guy. Okay. She is meant to come to Klal Yisrael, but how you take her makes all the difference in the world. So Torah was matter, because it will be Be'isr, it'll go to the Koach, will be Mechazer Sitrach. Okay, so on the Zohar Chodesh it says, "Ubachtas aviv yerach yamim." Yerach yamim is Elul. It's a remiss to Elul. That she cries for her father and her mother for a month. So it says the Zohar that month is Elul.
That's why they say Yachikala and El.
So it could be, but the
How do you know that?
no, it says Zohar Chodesh. Right, Elul. Elul, we cry for Aviyah Ve'imag, Knesset Yisrael, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we cry for everything we did wrong. Right? Right, because in Elul we have to work on our mamash. Eslevavcha ve'eslevav, Rosh Tevis Elul, we have to work on having a heart. Being metakin the lave, and we spoke about this in the Young Israel of Long Beach last week, being metakin the lave. Right, but being metakin lev means the feelings in the heart. Being metakin, all the feelings in the heart. That the feelings in the heart should be, even the feelings of taiva, but they should be l'shem shamayim, right? And the feelings that are not legitimate should be removed legamre. Besod milchemes mitzvah, lumat milchemes reshus, right? And that's the avodah of the month of Elul, right? This, of course, also during this month of Elul, that the Yifas Torah is being mitaher herself during that month. And it's okay, we're also being mitaher ourselves for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but how are we being mitaher ourselves? By this avoda of working on the lave, right? That the good taivas should be geared l'shem shemaim, and the bad taivas should be totally uprooted. Right? Rebbe Hashem should help. We're mamash in Milchama right now with the outside world. Right? And, terrible irvuvia, on the left, between the ones that are mamish terrorists like Antifa, and out to kill, and but the Democrats, are misarev with them in legamre. You might think they just don't know any better, but they're good people. But right now the Democrats have embraced the left extremists. Right, these guys ain't no Milchemes Reshus. This is Milchemes Mitzva. Right, right. You might think there's a lot of well-meaning people there. I don't think so. I used to think so, but now how they fargin, and they totally support Antifa and all the violence there and squelching. It's become may have been once upon a time when there are well-meaning, misguided people on the left. May have been Milchemes Reshus, and the object would have been Vishavisa Shivyo, and to convert them to our worldview. Now their true cause have come out that they're mamash lahachis, and it's all merida and malchus shamayim, l'shem merida and malchus shamayim, right? Which involves being anti-Israel and anti-America, mamash l'shem, right? So, Rosh will help. This ain't the war against left is not Milchemes Reshus. It has become Milchemes Mitzvah, right? Shem Yazor, we'll take them off the map. Meheri karesu v'aisal Hashem amlucha. All right.